William Walker, the commanding general of the District of Columbia National Guard. Major, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you start out by saying what the current threat level is? Do you have what you need in place to counter it?
Good morning, sir. I do believe we have everything. If I can first say happy holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King, and please allow me to say how proud I am of the almost 25,000 National Guardsmen who have come in from all 50 states and territories to help support the Secret Service and the police departments with a peaceful transition of military power.
So what he said there was peaceful transition of military power. Everybody's hung up on to and of, and they're trying to figure out, does that mean the military is going to take over and we're going to go into something that goes into a March 4th inauguration? There's so much speculation out there, a lot of folks putting out information. In another interview, you can hear this.
Well, we can either do it or be second-guessed after the fact for not doing it.
Fair point.
So in an abundance of caution, we are definitely, we want to make sure that we have the right people in this security bubble.
Yeah, many people are wondering. I mean,
and we have the time and the ability to do it.
Sorry for the interruption there, sir, but Wall Street Journal was reporting a month ago this Proud Boys group that, frankly, I don't think 99% of Americans had ever even heard of prior to this past fall. They had been talking online about going to D.C. in early January for a month, and yet nothing was done to stop them. We hope everything stays safe and clean. I've seen the images in Washington. I'll be there.
So did you catch that? Fox News still at it again. The reason they're ratings have slipped dramatically. Can't stand it because what do they say? The Proud Boys, they're the ones that are responsible for any type of terror that's coming into our nation. They didn't bring up Black Lives Matter or Antifa, the terrorist organizations. Nope, not at all. So let's finish with the general.
Later this evening, along with Dana and a lot of our colleagues, it looks like Washington, D.C. has been deserted. How would you describe it, sir?
I wouldn't call it desertion. It hasn't been deserted. There are people walking around, but we're asking the community to cooperate with us, to be patient and understand that this level of security is required so we can have a peaceful transition of presidential power.
Notice how he was real careful this time to say peaceful transition of presidential power. What president? We'll soon find out. And interesting because when I was a public affairs officer for a one-star general, we prepared these type of remarks, and they're rehearsed over and over and over again with these generals to make sure that they say everything correctly. And just because he says transition of military power on one and on the other, he says transition of presidential power, it just means that they're trying to get his words worked. You know, a lot of folks get in front of cameras and they go on national news. It's not an easy thing to do, so not wanting to get hung up on that, but it's just interesting the choice of words there and the fact that they're calling the Proud Boys the group that they're worried about. That's not the group they need to be worried about. The reports I've been hearing recently is China is the ones they need to be worried about. So we have CCTV cameras are being installed. Our freedom's getting further taken away. Mayor Muriel Bowser suggested to reporters on Friday that due to the storming of the Capitol by groups of white extremists, heightened security measures in the district could remain in effect until well after Inauguration Day. We're going back to a new normal, Bowser said. We certainly have to think about a new posture in the city. So while we are focused on the January the 20th, we are focused on January 21st and every day thereafter against those white extremists, people of color, using the race card once again to scare everybody to death. Sound familiar? Well, DNI Ratcliffe releases the report showing China